How's Vegas? Had a good night last night? That's good. It's always fun to be in Vegas, and it's always great to be here, to be with so many friends, so many industry friends, and people that I've known for a long time. And for all of you, those that are new here as well, it's great to see you, and it's great to have you here this afternoon. So, we listened to Chuck this morning, and we heard Chuck use the word geopolitical turbulence. We've heard him talk about problems with DRAM. He spoke about mythos. He spoke about a lot of things that are happening. And when you listen to what he spoke about, and also what he discussed with Nicole from Starbucks, you see that there's a number of things we're fighting. And in all of this, how do we operate in that? It literally comes back down to the trust is architectural. Trust is not something you could say, oh, trust me, trust you, trust the company, trust that. Trust comes back to the architecture we build in the solutions that we are building, the way we put them together. Because the components, the setup, the design you make is actually what is going to build that trust. Having the right tools, having the right management, having the right observability is what's actually going to build that trust. Trust is architectural, and that is what we're going to talk about today. And you'll see how that comes into play for contact center, for devices, for suites, and for the entire offering. You also saw this slide this morning. Both Chuck and G2 used it on the big stage. And I bring it up because one of the key pieces to Cisco is our 3 focus areas. Collaboration is part of the future-proofed workplaces. The leadership team is actually developing networking, Wi-Fi access points, Thousand Eyes, control, manageability, observability, collaboration, and all of that together. That allows us to bring in things like security pieces, to bring in the AI that goes across. And that is really where the Cisco strategy is converging. Because whether you're operating a system or you're using it, collaboration and the way we design that is the experience for future-proofed workplaces. Some of you heard me talk about this before. There are really 2 key users to any collaboration solution. You have the ones that actually use the systems, they're in the meetings, they're actually in the chat, they're on the video systems, that is using it every day. That is mission critical in most organizations in 2026. You cannot operate without. But that also means that the people that own and operate that service, they're absolutely key to have the right tools to be able to own and operate and make sure that that mission critical can actually go on and on and on and on, ideally to 5 nines. It should only be out for a few minutes every year, and you need the right tools, you need the right setup, you need the right architecture to be able to do that. And then you have the user needs that are consistent, they're secure, and the experiences we are driving. So these 2, the people who use it and the ones that own or operate, they're different users, but then they have different stakes. But building the right architecture, with the right architecture, bringing that together, we can actually get those solutions going. And one architecture is actually built for both the user and the operators. And we can actually deliver that from Cisco, bringing this together without adding risk, without adding complexity for the operators, but actually take it out. And you saw it so clearly this morning with the Cisco Cloud Control and all this dashboard and apps that you can bring down and how you can actually work that and have that there. Because it lives where people and AI work together. I've been in this industry for a while. People to people has been part of my life, literally. How well can I see it? What type of resolution, the quality of audio, the content and everything. What we're adding now is people to AI and AI to AI. I think people to AI we get. In most meetings now, I would say in all the meetings I'm in, there is an AI agent or a number of them. It can be Copilot from Microsoft, it can be our own agents, it can be summarization, it could be a number of agents that's there that we interact with all the time. The third piece to this is actually AI to AI. And you think, AI to AI, how does that work? No, the best example I have for AI to AI is actually in the contact center space. Because when you think about users in the contact center space, you have the people calling into a contact center, then you have an AI agent or a person that you're talking to, a people agent, but you also will have an AI supervisor or a human supervisor. So all of a sudden, you'll have an AI supervisor actually supervising an AI agent. That is AI to AI, and the easiest way of thinking about this. When we bring all of this together, this is what we call connected intelligence. When you're having that discussion out in your organization and companies, talk about these three. Are you ready for people to AI, AI to AI, really the connected intelligence? Because it's about manage and it's about secure. And it's really to bring that resilience in there. You heard G2 today talk about AI defense and all of the things that we're doing on the security side. We bring those into the collaboration offerings as well, so that we have the ability to govern and to secure our AI models, the cloud data, and the endpoints. So I think we can all agree on that even over the last months, the operation has changed. And it has changed a lot with the introduction of agentic AI. And that is the key discussion to be had. So let me double-click on that a little. Because the next step for operations is how do you operate with Cisco Agentic Ops? And you saw it this morning. It was really at the core of what we were talking about. Because what we are doing is that we are shifting from being reactive to being orchestrated. Reactive to orchestrated. AI agents will continuously monitor, they will be continuously managed, you will continuously troubleshoot. And that means that you can resolve them before the teams even know. And only Cisco can see that whole picture. As G2 said this morning, he said, collaboration is now part of Cisco Cloud Control. Now you can manage your networking, your security, and collaboration from the same place. You tear down the walls between them, you tear down the silos, and you can operate across that. That means that you can connect the data across the different domains. The teams can identify and resolve the problems. And you can bring in things like AI Canvas, AI Agent, 360, Cisco Control Hub, etc., also starting from Cisco Cloud Control. And it's all about the guardrails. It's the guardrails we set up. Because the foundation of all of that is also trust. Because with the ability to work with agentic, we must also make sure that we have the trustworthy and the guardrails set up in all of that. So this can provide your teams with the confidence to move fast. AI defense will put AI governance at your hands, and it will be customized guardrails for all AI agents. So operations give you that foundation, but the real experience is also happening in the room. And in the room, that is the key word I have to invite onto stage Espen Loberg, that's running our Cisco devices. Espen, welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Snorre. And hello, everyone. I'm super thrilled to be here today because we have so much to talk about. The needs of today's workplace and today's workforce is different. Employees working alongside AI agents, expecting the workplace to just work, without friction, without configuration. And then the IT and OT and infrastructure demands are also different. The pressure on IT to support more rooms, more workers, more AI, without more headcount. And closing this gap in the middle, where most organizations are living right now, where AI is raising expectations faster than infrastructure can keep up, is really what this is all about. For Cisco and for all of you customers who are making long-term bets on your physical workspaces right now. When we talk to customers, these 6 imperatives come up consistently as non-negotiable. These are the requirements for organizations that truly care about the agentic workspace. And these map directly to the reasons why all analysts rank Cisco #1 in collaboration devices. That's not a coincidence. It's a proof that we have been building consistently towards customers actually need. Because our devices that you see here, they are no longer a line item. They are the last mile of AI infrastructure in the workplace. The physical layer where everything Cisco builds becomes real for the people in the workspace. And what I want you to notice is not only the breadth of this portfolio, it's the consistency of the architecture beneath it. Every device a node on the network. Every device feeding data back to cloud control. Every device getting smarter over time without replacing hardware. That is what built for the AI era means. It's not a spec, it's a system. Back in February, we announced 3 new devices. The first one we announced was this cute little fellow here, the wireless 9821. This is where we extend the seamless experience of Webex calling to frontline workers, to warehouse staff, to nurses, to the manufacturing floor, with secure Wi-Fi and push-to-talk capabilities. It will be orderable this week, and it's in beta now. Then, this guy, the Cisco Desk Pro G2. This is your ultimate express install of agentic experiences to your small huddle spaces and personal desks. Also shipping, and is actually selling like hotcakes at the moment. Finally, we have the beasts. The Kit Pro G2, which is simplifying your large spaces and finally bringing together all of the elements that are required to make agentic experiences work in your most complex spaces. Your divisible rooms, your boardrooms, your auditoriums. We co-designed the compute module that powers all of this with NVIDIA. It delivers 25 times the AI processing power of our previous generation. And now, today, we have even more to show you. Let's take a look.
The Cisco Board Pro G3 is your bridge to the agentic workforce. The physical AI layer in your workspaces, delivering dynamic meeting experiences and multi-camera setups powered by AV over IP and our Director Agent on the most interoperable platform, capturing notes and action items along the way. Whiteboarding has never been smoother. And with zero-touch provisioning, deployment at scale becomes effortless. Every space comes alive with real-time insights through embedded sensors and our Workspace Advisor Agent. Cisco Board Pro G3, the ultimate all-in-one device, built for the agentic workplace.
What do you think? The best collaboration board in the industry is entering its 3rd generation. We raise the bar again with more processing power for more responsive collaboration apps and modern agentic experiences. 25 times more AI. This is a truly future-proof device. Then we have more AV over IP camera and microphone support. So you can add more of our cameras, you can add more of our microphones to really enable visual collaboration in more spaces. And then this is the first MDEP certified collaboration board. This means that, and I can tell Ilya is clapping, and this means that you now have something that is truly future-proof for your visual collaboration spaces. And you can also go out there and replace those Microsoft Surface hubs that are currently end of support. So if your space needs visual collaboration, this is your go-to product. And the principle behind the board has never changed since we started developing this in 2017. The board should serve the people in the space and serve every collaboration workload. And the G3 takes that any further than any device before it. So we talked about the last mile of AI infrastructure in the workplace. Our own agents is where that really comes to life. They're built into the architecture, running locally, protected by the infrastructure beneath them. They're not bolted on top. So we have our translator agent that is now coming to our phones in the second half, delivering real-time translation seamlessly across our phones and the Webex calling experiences. Then we have the note-taker agent that is already available across the Webex app and our devices that now give you seamless transcripts and action items out of the box. We have the director that can now direct up to 8 cameras and 8 microphones with our Codec Pro G2 and really deliver stunning, no button to push experiences in any workplace. But then my favorite agent is our Workspace Advisor that just went available in a month back. It's a mind-blowing digital twin of your workspace, integrated into Cisco Cloud Control. So let me hand it over to Rich and the team in Oslo to show you how this works.
Hey everyone, I'm going to show you a brand new feature in Control Hub called Workspace Advisor. I'm in the Workspaces tab at the moment. As you can see, I have a room called East Field. Let's click into that. And as you can see, this room now has a brand new view where we can see the digital representation or digital twin of the room in real time in Control Hub. This is great because now we have some new things we can detect that wasn't possible before. For example, we can see there's some camera coverage issues and some meeting zone coverage issues. Let's go actually look into the camera coverage. As I do that, I'm going to set the view of the room so you can see the entire room. And as you can see, we have a camera issue at the moment where Natalie is actually currently off the screen. And that's because someone probably has moved the furniture, which has made it impossible for everyone to be captured correctly. So we can open a ticket with facilities to get that fixed. But in the meantime, let's enable our dynamic camera mode to kind of show you the experience of what you get with every Cisco device. Now, because it saw me and Natalie, we now have a frame shot, but there was someone missing at the back of the room there, right? I swear there was someone there on the table before. So let's go look at that. Meeting zones. That was the other issue we had. So now we can see inside of meeting zones that they haven't captured everyone in the space. So we can go edit that. So let's take the length of the room and let's go continue to this here and let's click save. So even if I'm 5,000 miles away, I can still configure the room and configure the settings. In a few seconds, there we go. Now Stephen appears. So the best part about this experience is also with dynamic camera mode. It doesn't matter if you're sitting at the table or you're on the table. We capture the best view of you at any time. And that's it from us.
Wasn't that amazing? But the value of Cisco Cloud Control and the Collaboration Hub goes beyond the beautiful pixels you just saw in the Workspace Advisor. We are now able to bring agentic ops for our workspaces directly into the tools where you are working every hour. Let's have a look at how we're now integrating Workspace Insights into Copilot and see what happens when we compare the room that Rich called in from in Oslo to another room in Oslo. and see how those rooms are being comparatively used. In the past, you had to sift through endless dashboards and spreadsheets to come up with this insight. Now it's happening in seconds. And you can see very clearly here how these rooms are comparing. One is used for large groups. Another one is used a lot with, even if it's a big room, it's mostly used by up to 3 people. And you also see other insights that we weren't really aware of. We see the spikes here and some other interesting facts. But it's quite clear that one of these rooms, which is really built for many people, mostly used by 3, should probably be cut in half. What do you think, Snorre? Is this useful?
You know, this is just incredible. And the way we bring together the manageability and control hub and everything, and Copilot, I really like it. Thanks, Espen.
Thank you so much.
Big round of applause for Espen. I can't think of a better segue into bringing a guest to the stage. I would like to invite a very good friend of mine, and we have done some really good work together. Ilya Bukshteyn from Microsoft. Give me a good round of applause. Thank you, Ilya.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What do you think? Manageability, Copilot, MTR? I mean,
well, that was awesome to watch from down there. And I think this is why our partnership works so well, is because we share so many of the same views built on trust, focused on both users and admins, bringing together amazing experiences. So yeah, thank you for having me here, be able to see this, but it's just awesome.
It's good fun, and it's really good what we're doing together. But you've described this as the era of agentic coworker. So how do you envision that looking in practice, Ilya?
Yeah, I think we are moving into, you could argue, the second inning or the next phase of AI. The first phase very clearly was about arming all of us with knowledge. And I would argue any of us now can ask any question, get instant knowledge back. The next phase is about giving us more hours, more superpowers as a team. So the limiting factor, I think you talked about this in ops, for most customers I talk to, is how many people they have to deploy devices, manage devices, do workflows. And now with some of the technologies we announced this morning called Microsoft Scout, we are literally able to have virtual teammates that do work on behalf of us or our team. And that's the age that we're just getting into, but I think it's super exciting.
And it's almost what we talked about earlier with connected intelligence, you know, people to people, people to AI,
That's
AI
right.
to AI, and it's really down that path. But Microsoft and Cisco, you and I have been working together for some years now, I would say great success. Now we've gone MDEP.
Yes.
And our partnership is getting stronger, and it's here, and we're very proud of having MDEP. What's the next we should solve together?
Well, first of all, I want to say again, thank you to you, Espen, the amazing team in Norway, for taking the big bet. It was great. I was watching this boot up. I took a picture of the team where it said powered by MDEP. You know, you have taken a significant bet on Microsoft for Teams, but also as the platform. I think moving forward, we're going to do a lot more in the category of what Espen showed. When we bring together Cisco's knowledge and powers from an operational perspective with some of the agents that Microsoft has, whether it's Copilot, I know we're doing more around Facilitator together, I think we can deliver incredible value for our customers.
No, I think you're right, and it leans really well in with the Cisco Cloud Control that we
Yes.
launched today, where you really break down those barriers and the access that Cisco has to all of the networking and security and collaboration. But, you know, managing collaboration at scale, you know, it gets harder.
Yes.
AI agents become part of the IT environment. What is the visibility and the control and the tools that IT will need going forward?
Yeah, I think, again, we are now at a point where many of you, our customers, have said they can't deploy more devices and manage them with the people they have. They need to give those people virtual teammates. So when I saw the demo of, hey, a Copilot query that tells me how rooms are used, that's part of the future. That's such a clear vision of the future where, as an administrator, I should be able to have an agent do my room sweep for me instead of having someone with a backpack walk to every room. I mean, heck, the rooms have eyes, ears, and a brain. We have agents running in the back end. So I think that's the future where, and Cisco is definitely leading the way with what you do today, whether it's with Thousand Eyes or Control Hub. It's being able to have agents within the operating plane that customers are using do work that humans would have had to have manually, slowly done before. And devices are such a key use case because you think of them as physical. Hey, someone has to go change the meeting zone in the room. But that demo showed that more and more devices are actually completely digitally controlled and therefore perfect for agentic automation.
No, and I think that's spot on, and also all the other underlying data that we have access to through
Yes.
Control Hub. And you know, I think with MTR rooms now, 96% is actually connected to Control Hub. So let's bring that to 97, 98, maybe to 100. But let's bring it home here with the last question about Copilot. You know, Copilot started as a personal assistant, and it's becoming something bigger. I mean, we just demonstrated it up here now. As AI agents start working across platforms, what changes for the IT teams and for the people that's actually doing the work? I mean, this is a big question.
Yeah, I think as people doing the work, there's so much upside to saying, hey, I need an interpreter. Let me have one there right away instead of waiting for a human to show up. I need an expert in Vegas hotel setup. Have an agent show up right away. But as an admin, it's a whole new world where effectively what we're doing when we do that is we're creating coworkers. Where did that coworker get their identity and what access do they have? So I think we are very much focused on enabling our customers to manage this in a rational way, so it's not just an explosion. The really cool thing about the partnership is you have the ops, security, network side of that. The two have to get together. What network rights and privileges does an agent have? How can we monitor what the agent does so we have super high confidence? I think that's the future. Admins will have to think about humans and AI as units of work that we have to manage.
No, I think that's spot on. Ilya, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Big round of applause
Thank
for
you all.
Ilya Bukshteyn.
Thank you
you.
for having me.
I think that's a very, very good segue into the next. And I would like to invite to thank Ilya and then invite to the stage Amit Barave that runs our Cisco Webex suite.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you, Snorre. All of these foundation models, agentic AI, it's a massive, massive unlock for unified communications. Because think about it, before all of this, going to meetings was a bit like going to Vegas. What happened in these meetings stayed in the meetings. That's not the case anymore. Every single conversation we go with all the rich context in there. Context across people, places, devices, agents. Every single interaction we have is capable of making the next one smarter because it is feeding into the context. And while we are doing this, AI agents are sensing, they're taking notes, they're capturing action items, and they're even performing all those actions. Wait, in this case, all of the sensitive information, intellectual property that is being exchanged in the conversations, it's making its way to the AI models and AI agents with a great deal of autonomy. What's not to be concerned about that? And this is where the architected for trust is a key pillar. So context, conversations, automations, backed by a trust architecture is connected intelligence. And that is how Webex is leading the next evolution of unified communications. Now, Back in October at Webex 1 last year, we launched a number of collaboration agents of our own. The note taker, the polling agent that's coming soon, the AI receptionist that has just gone GA. But my favorite one is the translator agent, because that's where, instead of talking about automating what we do, we're actually doing something that was not possible without AI. Like me speaking in my language, but you being able to hear me in your own while preserving my sentiment, my intonation, and so forth. And we're not going to stop there, and there's more coming. But every time I talk about a translator, I am used to getting interrupted. Yeah.
So you talk and you talk about translator. I mean, it's amazing. It gets your tone of voice, you get everything. But you know what? I think we should try it out. Let's demo it.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
All right.
Can you make a call to the phone here?
I am going to make you speak Spanish today.
Okay.
Let's go.
En realidad es realmente bueno estar aquí en Las Vegas, la ciudad de las luces y los altos edificios de cuentas con increíbles.
Oof.
Is that cool or is that cool? And when do you plan to deliver Norwegian?
Oh. I'll speak Norwegian. There's more coming. Besides the translator, the one that I'm excited about is the meeting prep agent. We're always playing 5 to 10 minutes, catching up, roughly, in every meeting that we go to. There's no need for us to be doing that. The meeting prep agent, every single morning, will give you the pre-brief for all the meetings that you need to go to. And that pre-brief is built on all the context that the system has about you. The prep is only as good as the context. But the context lives in so many different places. It lives in your documents, your productivity software, your workflow applications. And this is why it's critical to have a comprehensive agentic integration ecosystem. We've already shipped a number of these integrations with Microsoft Copilot, Agentforce, Slack, Jira. But I'm most excited about what's coming soon, because there are a few work surfaces that are emerging right in front of us. Claude Cowork, Gemini, or Codex. And in a couple of months, we're going to be shipping bi-directional integrations with all three of these, giving ourselves a comprehensive context and automation ecosystem. When it all comes together, let's see how it looks. Let's play the video.
Let's get them on the line now. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
The best people spend their time on the work around each meeting. Scheduling, summarizing, translating, chasing. Webex Suite agents handle all that while the meeting happens, so the meeting can just be a meeting. The meeting prep agent makes sure everyone has all the right docs, chats, and context before the meeting begins, so they're ready to focus on the big questions. As you meet, the AI agent transcribes, takes notes, and tracks action items in real time, so you don't have to. If people speak different languages, nothing gets lost in translation. The translator agent works in real time, capturing not just the words, but the tone, emotion, and nuance.
Il faut un moment fort. Football sponsorship doesn't just put our name in front of people. It says, we belong here.
I hear you on the story. It's a good one. But I think we have to talk about what the brand is saying.
Not everyone will agree. That's when the polling agent reads the room, detects it, and suggests a quick poll. When it's time to wrap, the scheduler agent looks at everyone's calendars, finds the best meeting times, and makes it easy to lock one in. And after the meeting, the task agent gathers, assigns, and tracks action items for everyone on the call, and helps you complete them. That's the power of Webex Suite agents. The AI takes care of the work around the meeting, so your people can focus on the meeting. This is work in the era of connected intelligence.
But this is not it, because the most interesting one is the one that I'm going to announce next, and that's enterprise voice agents. Think of it as the contact center AI agents we have, the contact center AI studio we have, getting extended to Webex Suite. And what that means is we are augmenting that capability to add low-code, no-code voice agents and deploying those in minutes with any and every of your Webex calling number, should you choose to. And I didn't do the demo right here because there's a spot saved for it tomorrow, but if you noticed anything here, you would have seen an agent that's building agents. Really prompt the agent studio to get your agent built and deploy it. And that is such a huge unlock for a spectrum of use cases. On the one hand, you have the really complex, sophisticated, and calibrated contact center AI agents. But there's so many cases, whether it's your front desks, your kiosks, your branch offices, or helplines. All of these are now enabled in minutes through Webex voice agents. If you have Webex calling, this is a no-brainer. This is actually a no-brainer for you to have Webex calling, just for this reason. Quick plug, you will see a lot more about this in the center stage session, 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. I hope to see all of you there. And without further ado, to dive deeper into the customer experience, please welcome Vinod Muthukrishnan.
Thank you, brother. All right, I got this. All right, fantastic. Thanks for listening. The reason why we obsess over connected intelligence so much is because in 2026, the one thing that is neither connected nor intelligent is customer experience. And we all face that as customers. That's why this is such a work of passion for all of us. And the answer, now you might have mildly guessed, is probably AI agentic, but that's not the answer. The answer is a framework that makes agentic work for you. And that is what we're showing. Because long before AI and conversational AI and voice agents came the conversation, the ability to orchestrate omnichannel, bidirectional conversation between brand and customer is the foundation of engagement. And to be able to do that in one secure, manageable place is at the heart of creating delightful experiences. When you do that, and you add AI to that conversation, you learn something you'll hear us talk a lot about, which is context. Context is what makes the conversation intelligent. Context is how we reconnect when we meet after many years, except organizations don't remember you. Context is the heart of intelligent orchestration. And we'll talk a lot more about that. Sorry, I need to go back. Let me finish that thought out. So all of this needs to sit on a platform. The platform needs to be complete. We'll talk a little bit about what we're going to do on the completeness of the platform itself. But the most important thing in the age of AI is trust and reliability. We've never had a greater opportunity to reinvent customer experience than we have with AI, but we've never had more threat vectors impacting AI too. So how do you bring all of that in one single platform? So you offer one consistent experience to your customer on one platform that is complete, yet open and interoperable, and built on a foundation of trust assured by Cisco. And all of that, as I said, starts with a conversation. And as far as conversations are concerned, first impressions matter. Let's roll a little video to show you how exactly it matters.
With the new AI Concierge, every interaction feels like a continuous conversation. Instead of navigating disjointed experiences, your customers enjoy connected, customized journeys. AI Concierge is connected to tools across your entire business, so it can leverage AI memory to recall even the smallest detail. It's like a conductor, orchestrating multiple AI agents to work across information silos, handling diverse tasks and delivering answers with unmatched voice quality.
Let's get you booked on the next available
With
flight.
the same platform, you can access AI Agent 360, which allows you to continuously monitor and manage the security and life cycle of your AI agents. Remove guesswork with visibility into predicted CSAT, hallucination rates, and agent accuracy. and ensure trust with advanced guardrails and security tailored to your business's needs. Unlock better, more connected experiences for your customers with AI Concierge and AI Agent 360.
All right. Let's double-click on what you saw. A concierge agent is supposed to do 5 things seemingly with elegant ease. The first is hold a conversation with the customer across any channel, no matter how async it is, over any period of time, and hide all the complexity from them, which means access any of the knowledge sources that you need, be able to take any actions, orchestrate the action of multiple other first and third-party agents, but all this while do one very, very critical thing. Everyone spoke about it before me. It is to retain context, because context is what makes us intelligent. And I'm so excited to announce the agentic context engine that goes across the entire collaboration portfolio, which retains the context from every single engagement, every single conversation, and builds a real-time context graph that listens to what you say, senses friction signals, builds propensity models, and that powers personalization at a scale that previously was impossible. It actually makes the AI agents intelligent because it's enriched with your context, personalized at a scale of n equal to 1. And that makes the concierge agent truly revolutionary as it pertains to customer experience. But that brings us to the workforce itself. The workforce in the contact center hasn't changed in decades. And the tools to manage that haven't changed in decades either. Now, AI went from being a toy 3-4 years ago to a tool to what it is now, a digital coworker. And that is why we have foundationally reimagined the entire suite of tools you need to manage and operate a truly hybrid workforce, a connected workforce where humans work with humans work with AI, and AI works with AI. That's why I'm so excited to announce our native workforce suite with QA, QM, workforce management, all the things you need to measure that entire workforce. And the way these tools come together, forecasting, scheduling, intraday, should not be shown on PowerPoint. You need to show a little demo. So wish me luck as I show you a few screens. I saw DJ this morning, so everyone needs a little luck. Okay, let's go here. All right, what are we looking at? So what we're looking at is your intraday screen, because all good plans have never, ever survived reality. And if you've been ever in a contact center, you know the reality is really, really much worse than your plans would suggest. So what do you have here? You're looking at everything you need to see, queues that are backed up, queues where you have a surplus, agents who are out of adherence here, for example. And what you can do here is, as you're looking at this dashboard and figuring out what to do, operations do what operations do, and it tells you something's happened. So you've got a credit card freezing outage that has happened, and now AI tells you that there's likely to be an next spike in calls, and you're not sorted for that. So what do you do there? You need to go and reforecast. So you go to reforecast, you pick your queues. So credit card servicing queue, you add a volume lift of 10%, you apply. And what it does is now pops a new widget. It tells you that you need to add 5 agents to the queue. Now, this can be automated, but we've chosen to keep the human in the loop. So you see here the forecast queue, you know exactly the hours, you know exactly what the problem is, and it says the recommendation is to add agents to queue. You configure, you know exactly the agents you need to move, you move the agents to the queue, it shows you what the impact is, and there, magic. The reforecast is done. You've responded to. Fabulous. I love the power of AI, but AI without accountability is a liability. I think Amit said it. These agents are going to access your sensitive information, act autonomously, talk to external entities. What could possibly go wrong? In the age of AI, we possibly are looking at infinite opportunity, but we're also looking at infinite downside. That is why I almost shudder at the thought of being an AI application company if you're not a full-time observability and a security company. Because the threat surface is so vast that AI is not a bolt-on feature. You literally need to be a full-time observability company and a security company, and then do something else that is incredibly important, bring it all together vertically integrated to give you the benefit of these three things. So let me show you what's happening here. So we spoke about AI defense coming into the AI Agent Studio. With AI Agent 360, we are getting AI defense and observability vertically integrated into the suite. So when you build these agents, you also think about how to secure them. So let's look at what's happening here. So you've got a certain queue. You're looking at building this agent out. You want to create custom guardrails, except if you create the wrong guardrail or don't create the right guardrail, it is your problem. Instead, what we are telling you is you can go to the policy studio, you can upload your policy documentation, and when you do that, it picks up per your policy what's a red flag, what's a green flag, what's an edge case, and it builds out the custom guardrails for you. Otherwise, the weakness always is the person who's writing those guardrails. But your policy documentation is taking care of all of this. And that is why with this integrated approach, you're bringing the true power of AI defense and security to the agent building studio. If you're building AI agents that are going to talk to your customers, either do all of these things or don't build AI agents, because it opens you up to a threat surface that is truly unimaginable. What is also unimaginable is that my 10 minutes are over, and I need to go. So to bring it all home, I would love to call back upon stage Snorre Kjesbu.
Really fantastic. And you spoke about autonomy and accountability. And I think that really wraps up really the key thing during this presentation, which is really about trust. Trust is architectural. You saw that when we spoke about devices and the tools. You saw it when we spoke about suite and the tools, and you now saw it as well when we looked at the contact center and we have that accountability. Otherwise, you will have that liability in there, and that is absolutely key. So trust is architectural. That is foundational for all of our users, and it's foundational for our platform, and it's really about one experience. It's about one platform and one Cisco across people, IT teams, and customers. So with that, I have one more thing to say. Please register now for Webex 1. Webex 1 is coming up in the fall. I want all of you there. And you'll get a QR code up here in a couple seconds. And I really look forward to seeing all of you in Austin, Texas, in the beginning of October for Webex 1. Have a wonderful rest of Cisco Live.